Catch that and so much more on our 1 o'clock news bulletin. Now, Leapfrog Investments last week announced a major investment of 1.15 billion shillings in Apollo Investments Limited, a leading East African insurance group. Now, the investment brings all together AIL, which includes AP Insurance, Apollo Life Assurance Limited, Apollo Asset Management, and Gordon Court, with Leapfrog, the world's largest investment fund focused on insurance to underserved people and markets. Now, to discuss with us today what this partnership means and to give us an outlook into APA's insurance strategy is its CEO Ashok Shah. Welcome to the show, sir.
Thank you, Liz.
The partnership, huge amounts of money we're talking about. What does this mean to both companies?
Well, what it does is obviously it brings in the money that we would require to market a completely new line of insurance. What is happening is that we've heard about microfinance and what has happened to banking industry by going to the masses, and it's never happened in insurance before, and it has to happen to make sure that we can bring insurance products to the masses in this country, to the people who do not know about insurance. Will mean that we'll have to spend a lot of money in providing services and in improving the way we market insurance. One of the things that is happening in Kenya is that a lot of people are not aware of what insurance can do for them, especially those, if you look at the informal sector in Kenya, there are about 7.9 million people in the informal sector. And if you take an average of 3 persons being supported by the 7.9 million, we are looking at a market size of 25 million people. Now, a lot of them do not know what insurance can do. It can take care of their needs when things go wrong. We have already started what we call weather index insurance. We are insuring farmers against failure of rains or even excessive rains. And recently we paid out in Machakos up to 30,000 shillings per farmer because the rains had failed. Now, they never knew what insurance could do for them. So what we have to do is we have to make sure that we can give them awareness and help them sort of look after when there are problems in their lives, especially from weather, from some breadwinner dying and things like that.
I know what you mean, saying that most people do not know what insurance can do to them, and this is because there has been a stereotype that insurance just is for the rich people. How are you going about? Are you trying to have a civil education on what insurance can do to people?
Okay, right now what we are doing is that, especially with the farmers, is we go and explain to them what could happen, and there are some studies that are taking place and some projects that are taking place where people are taught, people who might not have any education at all, are taught as to what will happen when insurance comes in. See, one of the things with insurance is that you pay a premium, and when there is a claim, you only get something back when there is a claim. But a lot of times there is not a claim, so people do not understand is that why should they pay something for say a piece of paper which is not going to bring them anything in return. So we have to explain to them what happens with insurance. And one of the major problems we have is obviously for somebody to understand what insurance will be able to do for them in case that nothing happens and there is no claim. So in a way what we do is we hope that always there is a small claim or a number of claims so that people can understand.
It's very interesting that this comes at a time when the cost of living is ridiculous, and most Kenyans, it would be hard to convince them to pay for insurance while they cannot meet their day-to-day expenses. What has this rise in cost of living done to the insurance as a whole?
Well, obviously, and in a lot of cases, insurance is the last thing that you certainly look at. When you are preparing your budget, insurance will not be one of the priorities. It will be one of the lowest priorities. So in case in case you don't have enough money, insurance will be the first one to be cut out. So what we have to understand is we have to explain to people is that how can we make sure that they are willing to look at insurance, that insurance is there to safeguard them, And then at the same time is that how can we make it in small biteable sizes, that instead of paying an annual premium, we have now got to think of a monthly premium, or in some cases, like is happening in many countries, is that you pay on a daily basis. So what happens is that somebody who is say a mama boga, who is maybe earning 300-400 shillings per day, is that we have to decide is that she can't pay 100 shillings per day, or even 100 shillings per month. So we have to decide is that how can we look after her livelihood by say charging us 5 shillings or 10 shillings. So micro insurance that is what's going to happen with micro insurance, is that we are going to bring it to a small we'll give them smaller covers, but with a very, very small premiums. And we have to now also look at is that when they're paying a premium, if there is a no claim, can we give them something back in return in one way or the other?
All right. In terms of, I know this is good news for farmers and for mamambogas out there, knowing that they can insure their businesses, because most of the time it has been assumed that unless you have a multi-billion business, that's when insurance comes into play. In terms of business insurance, perhaps you can expound on that?
Okay, on business insurance is that there are a lot of people who are in small-scale businesses. It can be from the small somebody Juakali artisan working on your car, or a kiosk owner, or even a small shopkeeper in the rural area. They've never really known about insurance. They've never covered it, and in a lot of cases, the shopkeeper in a rural area will also own the building, but they've never insured it. So what we are looking at is that we will have to do two things. Is we'll have to bring awareness to them. We'll have to make sure that they also understand what insurance can do to protect them and their livelihood, and then also make sure that the premiums are small enough for them to pay on a regular small basis rather than on an annual basis.
All right. Besides people not knowing much about business insurance, what are some of the aspects of business insurance? Perhaps there's someone watching and they want to watch they want to insure their business.
Typically, a small rural shop will require one fire insurance. It will also have theft insurance. We can also provide for the person who is there. We can also provide some life insurance covers. And we could also, with the life insurance cover, we can also give them investment product. But on top of that, because the person could be a breadwinner, we could also provide some sort of a school fees product that they can have, so that their children can, if anything happens to the breadwinner, the children can continue going to school, and the beneficiary, the wife or everybody, has got some money to tide them over until they can get going again. So if there is a fire or if there is a theft, then we can make sure that there is money there to replace that business.
All right, all this may sound as very good news to small, medium enterprises, but in terms of premiums, how low are their premiums, say monthly?
Okay, we're basically looking at for life cover of say about 100,000 shillings. We're looking at a premium of 100 shillings per month, and that will give them, that is 1,200 shillings per year. We're also looking at for people, there are other people as well who, people like you and me who might have a car, and we are required to pay on an annual basis. So we are looking for those people. We are looking at trying to break down the premiums to about 3,000-4,000 shillings per month instead of the 30,000-40,000 shillings per annum. Then on health insurance, we are also looking at something like that you can get a cover at 10 bob a day, which is 3,650 shillings. But then the cover will be based at specific hospitals, and it will cover maybe the breadwinner plus 2 or 3 other people in the family. So we're trying to see if we can bring the cost of premium to a very small size, which is very easily payable by that person and affordable.
All right. In terms of insuring the business, how low are the premiums?